I go off to school, and I blow up. I ended up finding my way into the gym. Like I was like, I got to find my way into the gym. And so I get into the gym through a buddy of mine, and I start losing a bunch of weight, start putting on a bunch of muscle. I'm feeling great. And at the university that I was going to, there was this thing called the Racers Cafe. So this cafe was where I would go eat between classes every day. And I ran into a guy who ended up forming a great relationship. We're lifelong friends now. And he basically, he would see me at the gym, and he would be wrestling in pajamas in this little room off to the corner. And so I would be like going around the track and like lifting weights. And then he saw me, and he was like, "Hey man, I see you at the gym working out. You should come to jiu-jitsu sometime." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." I was like, "Thanks, man. I'm just going to keep, lifting weights and stuff." So, he lured me in by basically, he would come in, or I would come into the cafe, and he'd be like, "Give me $1." And I was like, "Okay." So I'd give him $1, and he'd give me a giant plate of like turkey and cheese. And so he would just hook me up big time. And so he basically coaxed me into coming in and trying a jiu-jitsu class one time. And we would chat about MMA because we were both fans. Mm-hmm. And so he eventually convinced me to like come try a jiu-jitsu class. And it's that like age-old story where like I literally put down the weights and didn't touch them again for years, and put it on the gi. Like I was hooked like instantly. Like it's that same story. Like the 13-year-old kid choked me out, and I was like probably 220 at the time and felt pretty big, and was just like, I'm humiliated and I love it. So you either love it or hate it, right? At that moment. So
100%.
Yeah.
You have to be one of those guys where you either decide when you get choked out by that 13-year-old kid, either you quit or you're like, "No, I'm doing this. I got to learn this."
And that's what it was. I was like, I need to learn this. And I was always into leverage, not just physical leverage, but leveraging opportunities, leveraging things, leveraging products. That's why I've always been into, I like gadgets, I like tech, I like supplementation, so you can leverage it as a benefit. It's not a replacement. So I was always into leverage. So this idea that you could use this leverage of body and mind to overcome a stronger, more dominant opponent was just like instant addiction. So that's what it was. And then of course I dove in headfirst and found myself quickly training 5 days a week, sometimes twice a day for a couple of years. So